My name is Andrew Theodore. I'm a lieutenant with the Special Services Division. I oversee the AgNet unit. So many of us have probably seen the news stories about the organized vehicle burglary crews that are in the Bay Area, as well as in Stockton and Sacramento. And there's been a significant amount of theft that's occurred in the last several years. We want the public to know that we're doing everything that we can to not only recover their property, but to work to identify the suspects responsible for these burglaries and bring them to justice. April 1st, 2023, the Patrol Division was dispatched to a report of a vehicle burglary that had just occurred in the Lincoln Center shopping center in North Stockton. It was determined that a victim and her child were in the Best Buy on Pacific Avenue and were followed to the Lincoln Center by an unknown suspect, at which time their vehicle was burglarized and an item that they had just purchased from Best Buy was stolen. April 1st, 2023, the Patrol Division was dispatched to a report of a vehicle burglary that had just occurred in the Lincoln Center shopping center in North Stockton. It was determined that a victim and her child were in the Best Buy on Pacific Avenue and were followed to the Lincoln Center by an unknown suspect, at which time their vehicle was. Special Services Division became involved in the investigation and subsequently identified the suspect in this case as DeShawn Allen, who was also determined to be a validated gang member out of Richmond, California. We served a search warrant at his residence and took him into custody, and also seized his cellular device pursuant to that search warrant. Following the seizure of the cellular device, we did a forensic examination and discovered communication between Mr. Allen and what appeared to be the owner of the Oromax Pawn Shop in Richmond. These communications consisted of photographs of the items Mr. Allen had in his possession that he was requesting to sell to the Oromax Pawn Shop. A search warrant was drafted for the Oromax Pawn Shop, which was served earlier this week. Upon serving the warrant, we discovered a significant amount of stolen property, including a multitude of electronic devices, including laptops, tablets, cellular devices, and camera equipment. Prior to serving the warrant at the Oromax Pawn Shop, we discovered that the pawn shop had been non-compliant with DOJ regulations to report items that were taken in for purchase since 2018. All of the items were seized and subsequently brought back to the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office for processing and identification of victims. Spoke to no less than approximately 30 people throughout the country who indicated that they were in the San Francisco Bay Area within the last several months and had been victims of vehicle burglaries, primarily near the Oakland International Airport and Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. Currently, we're in the process of reaching out to as many victims as possible. Some of these computers have serial numbers that we're finding as being listed stolen in our system. However, many people, when they're victims of theft, do not have their serial numbers, so we're using other means by determining personal identifying information on the computers, as well as distinct markings that may be on the exteriors of these devices to reach out to victims to assist us in identifying their property. For anybody watching, what we would like you to do is access a link that'll be listed on our various social media sites associated to the Sheriff's Office. We will have photographs of all the unidentified items that we seize, and we would like the victims to look through. If they do discover what they believe to be their property, we would like them to reach out to the Sheriff's Office to assist us in identifying their property so we can get it returned to them.
A case like this is a perfect example of how the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office operates here in San Joaquin County. We don't care where you're from or where you go to. If you victimize the people of San Joaquin County, there's going to be a price to pay. We're coming after you. This case started off as a simple car burglary. We identified a suspect. We were able to find out where he was fencing his product in the Bay Area, and we went there and we arrested the subject who was accepting this property from the victims here in San Joaquin County. In that process, as you see, we discovered hundreds and hundreds of pieces of property that had been stolen in all types of different burglaries and thefts that had occurred throughout our county and other counties. But we don't care. We arrested that guy, brought him back to our county, and we're going to hold him accountable. And we're reaching out to all the victims that we have found, and it's still ongoing. We're finding more and more victims in their property, contacting them, getting that back to them, and then we're going to prosecute both these subjects to the furthest extent of the law that we can. So this just shows you, don't come to San Joaquin County. Don't think you can victimize our citizens, because no matter where you go, we're coming after you.